So in a moment, we're going to have Jonas, like I said, live from Stockholm, who is going to tell us all about DOOHCLICK. So that's coming up, and he's going to do a better job of that than I am. But it's a good picture. You look the same. Sometimes people look a lot different. More DPAA stuff coming up. Get on your calendar as we scroll ahead. Thank you. LATAM Do. We're going to have a lot of our U.S., North American, and South and Latin American folks in Miami in 2 weeks for our continual annual event, LATAM Do. Claudia Damas, who runs the big agency for US and for Brazil and for Latin America, will be leading it with me. And then the man who's in charge of all marketing for Amazon Prime should be very exciting. The MD for Group M Latin America. And then we've got Lucio and Hector Gonzalez, who is coming from Hivestack. And Hector will talk all about what's going on in programmatic in the region. And we're going to have sessions and cocktails, and everybody's going to get together in Miami. So if you haven't joined us, send a note to any of us, and it'll be a great time in Miami. So please, it's going to be a great event. Now, we're in association with Possible. Possible is the big Miami event that we are the kickoff session. If you go to possibleevent.com or something like that, you'll find that we are the opening session with LATAM Do, and we can get all of our members into the session for free. And if you want to go to the rest of it, wait, hold back a little bit there, buddy. If you want to go to the rest of the week, ours starts on Monday. It continues with this for Tuesday and Wednesday with such notable people as Elon Musk will be there, John Bon Jovi, my friend and photo buddy, LL Cool J, plus from our brand council, our friend Angela, who runs Hyundai Motors Marketing, Carla Hassan, whose husband is the CMO of Burger King and will be speaking at our summit. By the way, everybody, mark the date, the big global DPAA summit, October 10th this year. Right, Blake? I got that right? That'll be in New York at Chelsea Piers. I can see Julia writing it down because everybody will see the Lamar Mardi Gras Green Room. They're a feature for the past 6 years, which they do an amazing job treating royalty like they should be treated. So we'll also have CMOs, Sir Martin Sorrell, who I've interviewed before, who actually was in the green room having cigars with Ian Dallimore some years ago. And that was fun. So a lot of CMOs, if you want to come to this event, thank you, Blake. There's 3 ways, there's 3 different levels of participation. DPAA gets you 25% off each of them, whichever one you choose. You can go to possibleevent.com. You could Google it or talk to Ajay. And if you're interested in the discount, we'll get you in. But at the very least, come join us in Miami for the free Digital Out of Home event on the first day, that Monday, the 17th. Thank you, Blake. Then just a couple more slides. Join us for our Canada event. We've got an amazing group of fearless women leaders. The head of marketing at Tim Hortons. If you don't know what Tim Hortons are, don't come. Don't even stay on this call. An amazing retail and restaurant experience. The CEO of Essence, Zenith. Nikki is an amazing woman with a great origin story. And then the MD of Involved Media as well. It's going to be a great day, and more speakers to come at the Scotiabank Theater from our member Cineplex, the great mall company. And it's right near Yonge and Dundas, where there's some amazing Branded City screens. Last year, we had a fabulous unveiling of the Branded City's 3D screen, which we talked about on stage. And then one more, I think we got here, Blake. Yes, please join us if you haven't signed up yet. We do the curated DPAA experience at Cannes Lions. There's our big kickoff dinner in the middle top, where you see a lot of friends. We had 45 people last year. And join our private intimate sessions, where you could see last year I interviewed Sir Martin Sorrell, who's been knighted by the Queen and built WPP. If you don't know, there I am with the CMO of FanDuel, with the head of Illuma Bank, Terry Kawaja, who Jim Johnson knows. There is Fatboy Slim at our Yahoo rave party, spinning the discs. And there's the head of all marketing at Microsoft. So if you're interested in joining us, it's a curated event in Cannes Lions. We've been doing this for 7 years. It's an amazing way to get intimate with big spenders, with marketers, with, comparing all of the notes of all our members from all over the world. An amazing time, an amazing place. And any more, Mr. Kelly?
Just one more.
One more. Thank you. So as our preliminary speakers for our big global summit this year, mark your calendars, October 10th. You just saw his wife is speaking at Possible. They're an amazing marketing machine. Tarek is the CMO of McDonald's. We're going to have the head of global brands at MasterCard, Cheryl, and then at Danone, which runs a variety of water, food, and yogurt brands, Linda. And more to come. It's going to be a big, great event. Last year, we had over 900 people. Sign up early because it's going to be a little tight this year. So, but it'll be a great day, a whole full day in New York, and it's a kickoff of New York Digital Signage Week. Now we're going to get to Jonas. Jonas, thanks for staying tuned there in Stockholm. Tell everybody about DOOHCLICK, and go ahead. It's all your floor. It's your screens. It's your Zoom.
So I named this presentation the DOOHCLICK because seeing where we are in the industry is certainly a change going on. And we know that the buyers are getting smarter. The tech is giving us great opportunities. And I think it's more than ever important that we stay on top of the game as a media owner or as a supplier to this industry, because we need to keep up with the stuff that are going on. My name is Jonas Glad, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of DOOHCLICK. And my background is being a media owner for over 15 years. And we have gone the whole way. We started off with a few billboards and ended up with the largest network of digital screens in Scandinavia. And DOOHCLICK is an ad tech company, and we are focusing on the out-of-home business. And DOOHCLICK is created by media owners for media owners, because when I was a media owner, I was looking for a tool to support our day-to-day business, and I couldn't find anything in the market. So we started out back in 2015 building this tool. And since 2019, we are a fully independent business, and we have clients in 11 markets. And we proud ourselves with having people from the industry, because we are building a tool for the industry, more or less. And if you look at DOOHCLICK, it's an easy to use tool. It's sort of an order management system in combination with a CMS that covers everything from traditional billboards to digital screens. And from the start of creating a proposal all the way to playing the ads, doing the reporting, and end up with invoicing the client for the ad space. And talk a little bit of the automation. And I think that is the way to go to have an efficient business in the long run. And if you look at our industry, we have a great possibility, because still a lot of manual work is in the background of being a media owner or run an out-of-home network of screens. And this is a transformation that is ongoing. Selling a billboard is fairly easy, but when it comes to digital out-of-home, it bumps up the requirements, because nowadays people are not 100% happy with just buying a loop in the slot. They ask for more. They ask for an audience. We sell day parts. We sell programmatic. We sell on different styles, and that has almost taken away the possibility for a human to do a playlist or do a loop and plan the campaign on a CMS level. And when we meet a new client, it's very common that they run the business on spreadsheets. And don't get me wrong, I love spreadsheets, but spreadsheets can be super scary. And making decisions based on formulas that you're not 100% sure if they are working or not, and the manual process of filling those spreadsheets out can be very time consuming. And for example, if you look at bookkeeping, I will, for example, never put my finance statements in Excel. they are in a system and they are taken care of in a system. And I think that is the way to go, even for our business, that we need business support system on different aspects of the industry. And to become more efficient, it's easy to start looking at your organization, looking at the different departments, and look for bottlenecks and see what's happening. So, for example, sales. Often we see that sales team are spending way too many hours of putting together a proposal, finding the occupancy, finding the different specs for a screen, etc. That can be automated. For the add-ops, look at from a planning point of view, how do they get the information of what is going to run on the screens and how to deliver those orders. And fulfilling advanced campaigns can be very time consuming today. On the analytics side, it's important to see what KPIs is important for your business, but also how you get that data set. So either you make decisions on all data, or are you actually doing decisions on real data, live data that can make decisions happening quicker than waiting for somebody to put together a long report of multiple data sources. For the reporting side, it's a lot of reporting going on as a media owner. Everything from a landlord needs to have their piece of reporting once every month, or even often. We have also the campaign reporting that can be very time consuming, and also forecasting on the performance of the business. And in the end, it's how also we are getting the orders to become invoices and land on the bank. And when you're measuring those and track the bottlenecks, you probably can find the sizes of them. And by involving your people in the organization, it's a good way, because they know the process in and out, and actually they can help you create a better workflow, and also a big win of those bottlenecks. And finding the easy ones and fix those, and try to not work in silos. Sometimes we see that departments are unattached to each other, and they should really be in the same workflow and make decisions on the same data and share data, because if you're sharing that data, you can achieve great efficiency. And in the long run, it's a way of finding your own workflow and see what parts can be automated. Maybe you can shift somebody's work task to more customer stuff that is more important for growing the business than just doing a lot of admin stuff. So look through your workflow, and you will find those bottlenecks, and try to change a couple of them, and you will have great wins in the long run. And I would say that the takeaways is definitely to identify those bottlenecks, and invest in tech to support your business is crucial. I think out-of-home companies today needs to be almost a tech company. They need the skill sets and all of that, and try to let a system, regardless of it's a CRM system or whatever your system you have in your ecosystem, but let the system do as much as possible so you can focusing on growing your business. And meet your clients' need and future-proof your business. I think that is very important, because the demand of how to run a campaign on an out-of-home screen, I think that will just increase. And also track and analyze your data in real time. That is super important, because otherwise you will fumble in the dark by not knowing where exactly you stand as a business today. And to do that, in an efficient way is trying to use one central source of data. So you are absolute 100% sure that the decisions are made upon data that is reliable. That is very key. Thank you very much. That was the presentation.
Thank you, Jonas. And we're going to open it up for questions now. So we appreciate it. And I think you really hit the nail on the head. Look, what we're trying to do here as our global digital out-of-home ministry is move the whole business to real-time data, to audience-based, not loops, but programmatic as well. And that's going to be really going to drive the revenues from digital media and TV media into our space. If we're call it no longer looping, but delivering ads based upon the audience in front of the screen. So that's really critical. If anybody has any questions, think about it, and then just maybe we can go to full screen, Blake, so everybody can see. And please open up your camera so we could see your smiling faces, and then you could ask a question. Oh, I think you know what it is. I think Jonas, if you take down your share, then we can get everybody up on the screen here. So just I'll give you a moment to do that. That's it. Great. So if anybody has a question, just raise your hand. But first, I'd like to ask a question just to kick it off. Jonas, you were at Media Owners previously, and evidently you've taken a lot of that knowledge of being on that side to building what you're doing today with DOOHCLICK. How has that helped inform DOOHCLICK to be a good customer-centric business? What were some of the learnings that you took from media owner side to this side?
So when we were growing that business, we couldn't really afford to have a lot of admin people in the background, etc. We were a lean organization. So we tried early days to have a system doing a lot of those stuff for us. And I think that is a huge insight for me when I was a media owner, having headaches with reporting to landlords or putting proposals together. And one very common thing back then was that we had a team of salespeople, and all the different styles of proposals going out was a nightmare. Some of them were super good at putting together a nice looking proposal, and some of them not so nice, and we tried to unify that so our brand as a media owner was the same regardless of who was selling the stuff out to the buyers.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you. Any questions from anybody here?
Gary, this is Maroon. I don't have a question, but I do have an advice for I don't know if it's a Jonas or Jonas. I apologize.
Jonas.
Jonas. Right. We have so much intelligence within the DPAA family. Reach out to any one of us if you have questions. Like, as I listen to your presentation, Jonas, I highly recommend that you do not fully build out your own ad stack. We have so many member companies, SSP companies that have their own ad stack. My recommendation is, as quickly as you can imagine, integrate with those. Let them, like the Hivestack, the Idomni, the Place Exchange, the Vistar Media, integrate with them and let them work on your behalf.
Definitely, and I share that view because we are not an SSP. We are integrated to Vistar, Hivestack, and those guys because we are focusing on the revenue side for the media owners. So we are focusing on different topics that an SSP doesn't do, for example. So it's more of a finance system that is on the programmatic side, but we of course facilitate the programmatic deals that are coming through and execute them on the screens, but we are doing that in collaboration with the existing tech stack.
Great. Perfect. And by the way, since they're on the call and because they are a DPW board member, we need to also mention BroadSign as a most formidable SSP. So Ryan, I'm not forgetting about you, Ryan, and I don't know if Adam's still here, but it's a good thing you show. There's Ryan.
Yeah,
Mr. Rock and roll over this. There you go.
Working with all you guys.
Oh, terrific. Good to hear. Any other questions or comments from anybody? Any comments or questions on the Cannes Lions or the other events from before? Julie Volkers, another Tampa person. Say hi to Tim from,
Miami.
he's gonna,
Yes.
Miami. Yeah, come see us in Miami. By the way, you coming to join
absolutely
us?
excited about tapping into all the different events. And for what it's worth, I've been to one of the MMA events in the past that was held here pre-COVID, and it was one of the most well curated, content driven experiences I've ever had. And I'm a conference junkie. I eat it all up. So anybody that can come down and experience it, the possible world, advise it.
Yeah, we're gonna own Miami, and make sure to come to my chat with Kroger, which should be great. Okay, I'll give it just, I'll do a countdown. Feel free, any more questions, or else we'll break it. And Jonas, thank you so much. Maroon, it's a soft
Thank you.
J in Scandinavia, and it's a soft J in Latin America as well. Jonas, thank you so much. Everybody, have a
Barry.
lovely afternoon, and thank you all. Appreciate it. Great, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you.